What's good, everybody? This is us from PVD Horror. I am Dave. I'm joined here with Brandon and Josh.
No, it goes like this thing.
Sorry.
I'm Joshua, and I'm joined with Dave and Brandon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is, Josh. Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So, fellas,
Let's talk.
What's going on?
Let's fill people in on what we've been up to the last couple weeks.
Big Troma event.
Yeah.
Big Troma event. Josh, how'd you feel about that? Because you just be coming off of filming with Troma, doing the Weird Dare, and this kind of...
we'll have a behind the scenes episode hopefully someday.
You've been talking about that for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like 5-10 weeks, 6 months. So it was really cool. Lloyd was in Weird Dare, but I didn't get to meet him because he didn't go to Tennessee. So doing the event.
Wait, that was the cool part? The fact that he was in a movie, but you didn't get to meet him?
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Awesome. The cool part was I got to meet him when he came to Rhode Island.
Oh, that was the cool part.
So I love Troma. I love Troma forever. Dave, I think you're in the same boat. It was so cool.
Yeah, I for a long time was like pretty hardcore, kind of lost track a little bit of Troma movies, but then had a resurgence last year when we did our Trovember, and we did the deep dive, got the Troma Now app, and kind of reviving that a bit.
And I do want to shout out Lloyd's personal assistant Gideon. He's super nice kid. And I mean kid, he's like 20. Like he's not even old enough to drink.
Are you even allowed to hang out with people that young?
Okay.
He's over the age of 18, Dave. All right, quit fucking. And Troma Chrissy, who I worked on Weird Dare with, was obviously at the event as well. And of course Toxie. So if you guys did not go,
Brandon,
you missed out.
Can you clean this up a little bit? He didn't even tell anyone what the event was. He's just going into all these details.
All right. So Josh said thank you to everyone that was kind of a part of this, but we have to kind of take this all the way back when we were in Trovember and did the interview with Lloyd Kaufman himself, and also shout out to Rocco and Bad Taste Videos, which this collaboration happened for this event at the Columbus Theater to have Lloyd come and show his new film, hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm, and you can't say the film without the hashtags. He'll fuck you up, he told me. So it was cool. Lloyd came, we had a good time. He was able to see like all his fans that lived in Rhode Island. So it was a nice collaboration of everything that kind of transpired over the last year. So it was a cool event, and we're also now Troma graduates, you know what I mean? So we got our diplomas from Troma. So it was a cool time.
Mine's framed in the living room. You want me to go
framed? Nah, it's all set.
Can I just mention that we attempted to do a Q&A, and when I say attempted, I literally mean we attempted it.
Yeah.
but that was probably one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life. And we've done a lot of interviews doing this podcast, trying to get Lloyd Kaufman to focus enough to hear the question and B, actually answer the question without just putting someone else on the microphone to answer it for him is literally impossible. He may have answered one question out of all of the ones we asked.
He answered a question?
But I think it was the one about the Troma app now, Troma Now app.
Troma app.
Dude, that's great.
But it was absolutely hilarious. He is genuinely hilarious. You know what I noticed? I wonder where he developed this skill, but like if you ask him a question that's like on the spot and he's not prepared for it, he instantly reflects it by doing exactly what he did, where he takes the person next to him and says, "What do you think about that?" Annalise was the girl next to him. He'd be like, "Oh, Annalise loves it," and then he puts it on that person to answer it for him. And that's genius if you think about it, because you never are like, you can't mess up when you do that. And that person had to think really quick on the spot and try to be witty. He did it every time. It was hilarious. I thought about it later. I was like, that's such a smart technique, because people are asking questions all the time and he never knows what to expect. He had a couple of Manhattans So
I know where you got that from. I use that technique sometimes also too. Like if we're talking about a film and I really don't like it, then I'll just say, hey, Dave, Josh, what do you think about it? So,
he learned it right here on the PVD.
I'll let you guys be the bad guy, because I'm known as the hater of like certain films. Like I don't like everything, but I give everything a chance.
Yeah. And Josh loves everything. So
and because Lloyd met you on Grindr, you obviously shared that information.
Oh yeah, that was classic. So I was helping Lloyd down the stairs, and he's like holding my hand. He goes, "Oh, thank you, Brandon. I just love holding men's hands." I'm like, Lloyd, I would drop you. Like, I don't know if anyone has that on video, but me and Lloyd almost like fell down the steps. I'm like, what are you doing, guy? Whispering in my ears.
At the end of the night, when we went back down to the lobby, he looked at me. He goes, "Are we going to do the Q&A?" That was our attempt at trying to ask you questions, and that obviously didn't work. So he didn't even notice we were doing it.
You know what? That he's so funny, and we drink the same coffee. He's like, "Can you go get coffee with light cream?" And I can't have cream, so I do light almond milk. So I went across this. I was like running, trying to find coffee, and I was like, "Lloyd, I got you. I will buy you a coffee." He's like, "Oh, I can buy it for you. I have money." And I was like, "No, it's like we're hosting the event. We can at least give you a coffee." Like, the fuck, boy.
Nah.
He was mad cool.
No,
we, you know what, we didn't do the event, but there was another event in Boston that they did, and they needed somebody to help with the merchandise table, and we were all invited. I missed out the Friday night, but I did go the Saturday, and I helped hawk their merch, and that was pretty cool. They
working.
They did the 2-night thing, which is awesome. I wish we had that. But...
Yeah, that was the I forgot the name of the theater. Oh my god.
Coolidge.
Terrible. And Mark was so awesome. Shout out to Mark. He was super cool.
Yep.
The Coolidge guys were awesome. There's a video of us and Toxie all doing this, and they wanted us to sing, and I was like, why don't you guys sing? And all the people that worked at the Coolidge started singing. That was pretty cool. And me and Toxie, we just look cool. See how cool
I saw the video.
Yeah, it's cool. So that was a cool event. And
no, someone made fun of you, Josh.
Huh? What?
Someone made fun of you because you couldn't get on the beat. They're like all doing like a synchronized beat, and you're like,
he has a dry hands. Can't snap right, so it's all right.
You know what? It was a long drive, and I had steering wheel hands. I was crampy. That's what it was. So Dave, you weren't there. You don't know. You don't know my troubles and tribulations.
Hey, it's on social media, so I know I was pretty much
real. But it was mad cool because Lloyd comes up and he's like, "Joshua, PVD Horror is in the house." You know how he talks like all fucking, and he was mad cool, and he did the same thing. Like, I was trying to take pictures and videotape when they did a Q&A, and Mark hosted because he, it's his theater, and he did the same thing. Somebody asked a question, he goes, "Joshua from PVD Horror," and I stand up and he's like, "Everybody listen to the podcast, it's the best." And I bowed and everybody clapped, and he totally didn't answer the question. So
I will say he is great at promoting, and he was like very gracious to us with how many times he said for people to listen to the podcast. And
I will give him that. Like, if you go to help him, he actually asked me, he's like, so all of them, all the Troma people were like, "You didn't bring anything to put on the table?" And I was like, no, like, I don't have anything with me. And they were like, "Well, if you help out next time, at least bring something to put on the table."
Cool.
And I was like, good to know. Wish I had known that beforehand. So, I went up there and just hawked their merch, but apparently I could have thrown out some stickers or whatever and done some shameless self-promotion. And that is the one thing I do like. Like, if you help them, they help you, and that's cool.
That's the only thing you like. Yeah, I heard.
The only thing I like.
It's the one and Lloyd has thing you like.
Brandon. What did
I said, and Lloyd has soft hands.
Oh, very soft.
So I know Brandon and I were already saying like we didn't really get a chance to catch anything this week as far as movies go. But Josh, you had a couple you wanted to show the or talk about for the listeners.
Yeah. Well, the first thing I want to do. So I don't know if you guys know, I got to be in a short film called Miss Halloway, and I need to give a shout out to those guys. Like, super awesome. My cousin is profoundly mentally handicapped, and I went to his house. I said, Auntie Teen, I'm picking him up to be in a movie. And we went there, and at first they were like, but then they put him in tons of scenes for the pie baking contest. And the gist of that film is this woman goes into a pie baking contest. She loses, kills the woman that won, and then makes a pie out of her to win the next contest. So it's pretty awesome short film. Yeah. Dude, I got to tell you, everybody there was absolutely not only amazing actors, they were all super nice, super respectful. Like, anytime that you could put my cousin John in a scene, they did that. And I give them mad props for that. Connor, thank you so much. Jimmy, thank you so much. Definitely check that out when it comes out. So big shout out to them.
How many pies did you eat?
You know what? That pie sat on that table all fucking day in the heat, and I didn't get one piece.
Yeah, wow. One pie?
Not one piece. It was like torture. They're like,
you love pie.
And I'm walking by, and I'm like, John loves to eat too, and we're just like looking. And John, he don't give a shit. He's like, he's eyeballing that pie. And I'm walking by, and I'm like, oh, I almost pushed him right out of the chair because I wasn't paying attention. I have a serious pie addiction.
Yeah, no. If you ever seen American Pie before, it's kind of like that.
I never had American Pie. What's that?
Oh my god!
You never seen the movie American Pie when the guy fucks a pie?
He's doing it again, Brandon.
Yes, I've seen American Pie.
He doesn't get a reference. Yes. Like when he told me he didn't know who Notorious B.I.G. or Tupac were.
Yeah.
Dude, you were like, what?
Is this an R. Kelly thing?
Yeah.
Of course I know who Tupac is.
Oh god, don't even.
Tupac was the rapper, man. He got shot. Right. I remember.
Move on, Josh. Move on.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself and the brand.
So you guys didn't really watch anything this week?
No, just tell us about your damn shark movies.
Oh, yeah, we'll start right here, baby.
All right, but remember, people were listening and not only watching.
Oh, sorry. The Requin. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's got what's her name in it? I forgot her name.
Alicia Silverstone.
You
want me to tell everyone about the movie?
Yes.
No,
so Alicia Silverstone goes on vacation with her hubby. They're in this little bungalow trying to rekindle their failed marriage. I don't know. And the bungalow floats away. And then she has this genius idea. She sees a shark and she's like, I'm going to light a fire, and like burns the bungalow. Like, dumbest fucking movie. The CGI was awful. You could see the green screen in the back, and the acting was really not good. I watched it with my wife, and she's like, wow, Alicia Silverstone fell far and hard. Like, it was a rough watch.
So what did you like about this film?
The shark.
That's it?
Yeah, the shark was
would you recommend this film to listeners and viewers?
Yes, you have to watch it.
Joshua gives it 2 thumbs up.
No, it's like 2 thumbs sideways. Like, it's like a car accident. Alicia Silverstone's talented. Like, I mean, not super talented. She's kind of cardboard talented, but you have to watch it just to watch it. Like, it's one of those. And the other one was Land Shark. This one I highly recommend. It's not the American land shark. It's the Japanese land shark. And it starts out, modified shark under the water. And then the shark breaks free. And they're all in this like underground base, and the shark swims through and eats them. I don't know if that sounds familiar. No?
All the shark movies kind of resemble the same shit. You got the house shark, land shark.
Yeah.
Sharknado. It's a lot of shark shit going on.
Are you referring to Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. The first half was Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of comedy relief. And then it turned into like Land Shark, the American version, but they had mixed DNA with an earthworm, so it was like slithering like a snake and eating people like crazy. So highly recommended. Highly recommended.
So worm shark.
Can't wait for Shark Week this year.
Yeah.
World Shark Day, baby.
God.
It's gonna be a blast.
Josh,
Josh,
you guys don't have any comments.
Josh, I wanted to ask you a question. So I did pick up a VHS called The Bride. Have you ever heard of this with Sting and Jennifer Beals? And it's obviously Bride of Frankenstein.
What?
No?
I've heard of the Jennifer Beals Bride, but I didn't think it was a horror movie.
I don't know if it is either, but it talks about Frankenstein.
Because it's like I'm pretty sure that's like a romantic thing.
It says Dr. Frankenstein creates the perfect woman.
Is that a porn? Is that a porn?
Maybe.
It's got Sting, baby.
Yeah, Sting and Jennifer Beals, I guess that'd be a good point.
I would definitely be interested in viewing that if it is Frankenstein-esque.
Yeah.
I'll
keep you in the loop.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right.
Well,
Well, I think that'll about wrap us up. Thank you guys for just listening to our ramblings.
Basically just listening to me ramble about really bad shark movies. So if you made it this far, the actual interview is awesome.
Yeah. Enjoy our interview, and we will see you guys later.